topics. So individuals and interactions. If you put people at the first, as number one, of course, you might have an appointment for the school, for the kids, and conflicting with a meeting. There are thousands of meetings you can go, but being at an important presentation from your kids at school, it's much more important. And so we can balance also between those things. As you have multiple people, not everyone needs to go to every meeting and so on. And the mission and purpose, let's say, that's one of the most important things from my perspective. We do, let's say, from 0 to 3 times or so, depending, in Corona time, not that much. We do team workshops on the high-level goals. Where do we go? Why do we go there? And then we discuss those things in detail over several sessions and so on. To be on the same page. So we don't need to realign every little detail or task and so on, as the overall direction is pretty clear to all the team members. And I was asking about, shall we maybe do additional meetings for that particular topics on a regular basis and so on? And the clear statement from the whole team was, no. As less meetings as possible, having one meeting on Wednesday, we're discussing important things, but otherwise we do the asynchronous work mode. So we are using our issue trackers, we are using our chat, maybe we do ad hoc calls within the team, so you don't get disturbed by all the regular meetings and so on. You see on a lot of folks at the company have full calendar. So when are you able to focus and work then? And we really try to make it possible for people to work by reducing the meetings to the minimum. So let's go to the next topic, working software. The most important thing, you can't sell anything if your software is not working. And we're focusing on happy developers since the beginning and using the platform from day one. And if you're using it, you see the flickers. And we invested a lot on monitoring, disaster recovery plans, logging, crash reporting, and so on. But at a very early beginning, just imagine, we used, instead of a super sophisticated software system that is distributed, you have 100 users, but it is able to scale up to 50 or 100,000 users. We had one single machine. But around all the monitoring and crash reporting and so on in place to ensure the reliability of the service and the security. And once we reached then, of course, with that single machine, the drop down where we were unable to put on a bigger machine again. And then, of course, we prepared already to scale up and distribute. Now we have about 40, 50 nodes and so on to run the platform. So scale when needed, because this was one of the principles we are still keeping on going with activities on how we're working. It's not like prepare for hundred thousands of users and then introduce a lot of complexity. It will anyway become complex later on. Next topic, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So as we are developers by ourselves, we have a very good understanding, I would say, on what are the pain points developers are facing. And the transparency we have established now, so every employee at Siemens is able to use to see our issue tracker or to file an issue there, or we have a vibrant community established on Yammer where people are asking questions. Sometimes we redirect them to the documentation, but in many cases we have discussions there, solving problems, supporting people, and so on. And many of the code community members are answering their questions as well. So this scales super nice. So creating a community that is helping each other, being welcoming to all the folks that having questions. Of course, we have different kind of skill levels and so on, but we try to do our best to really answer all the questions of the people and being responsive within minutes. So we don't need special, let's say, help desk agents or something to take care on. We are directly talking and interacting with the folks. And email is something we try to avoid. Often we receive emails, we try to tell people, hey, just use the issue tracker. You can't, so other people can see your answers, the answers we give as well. Other people might benefit from the feedback there and so on. And what people really like is the transparency. So we typically post some announcement about new features and so on, but if something goes wrong on our end, we're also going to post so-called post-mortem reports. So with a timeline, what went wrong, what we've learned, how do we going to improve and so on, to really get some learnings also from failures. And I would say this, building that trust relationship of the community or the developers and the customers together, also with the team, and being authentic and being there as a person is super important to scale up and to being able to serve and have happy developers. So at the end, we really need happy developers, not struggling with the things we have at the company. I would say the software engineering part is complex and difficult enough in many areas. So we try to really remove all the roadblockers people are facing. Responding to change over following a plan. So the next topic, it's of course reliability and availability is always priority one for us. Often we might have requests and so on, but if we see a roadblocker for one particular person, often of course it might be a local problem there, but we really try to do our best to remove the roadblockers wherever we can. As said, within the people and interaction section, it's if the mission is clear to the team member, then you don't need, let's say, the project managers or whatever folks to set the priorities every day, also for every little thingy. Also, just two people within the team are able to just decide ad hoc on a particular topic without doing a lot of alignment meetings and so on. The mission is clear. What are the priorities is clear. So there's no heavy backlog. We have to reshuffle the backlog and so on. People understand by themselves, we have here a little issue. Let's say last week or the week before, we had an issue with storage. So increasing storage, some cleanup functionality of the platform didn't work properly. Of course, then you can wait for the software vendor to gonna fix it. In our case, an open source project, it was not on their priority list, but if you have deep knowledge, and that's what we have about the system and the platform, our colleagues, the Fabio and the Ercan, they were digging in to the code, analyzing all the details, fixing that on our platform before it's available on the official version that we are using to fix it. And setting that priority and deciding on, it was not kind of a project manager, Fabio Ercan, you have to do this now, and so on. It was known by the team on the priority, and they decided on moving forward on this and spent a few days, of course, on that topic and discussed within the team on how to deliver, when to deliver, and so on. So it's having a clear mission and goal and understanding why and how we're going to deliver is essential. So you don't need that, I would say, micro planning. Having the high level goals, of course, defined somehow. We do that within the team once a month, but operations and reliability of the system is always priority one.